Les, after one of the games a couple weeks ago, you talked about trimming the fat on offense. During that bye week, were you able to do some self-scouting, figure some things out that maybe you weren't doing as well as you'd like and improve upon them? Could you talk about that moving into such a critical phase, as you alluded to, of your season, and I guess maybe the confidence that you gained from that time off?
Well, I think the pieces that we've done here really that have benefited us is that we've looked at those things that we've been successful in, and we're going to work to maximize those yet again. And I don't the ability to throw and catch is more than just the receivers. It's more than the quarterbacks, and it really involves the line and the backs and the scheme. And I think that we've done that. We've looked at some of those things, and we're looking to improve there. I think our running game, it just appears that Stephen Ridley is kind of a key to that piece. And we'd like to get 10 a little bit more active and see if we can make more out of his carries and out of his receptions. So offensively, that's how we looked at it. Defensively, we're having some success there, and we really want to focus on those things that we've been doing well. We're really going to look at this as a physical game and really kind of talked about and worked all those blocking and tackling, all those pieces that are really going to have to play well in this next game. So special teams, we've instituted a series of individual drills that, in my opinion, will progress our special teams unit. So the open week, besides gaining some health, seemed to be very productive.
Hey, Les, up here in front, you alluded earlier to looking forward to playing a more conventional I formation rushing attack. Obviously, Alabama has a Heisman winner back there. Last game against Auburn, you played a more unconventional rushing offense with maybe a Heisman winner back there also. What gives you more of a comfort level playing an I-back Heisman winner than what Auburn did with their running game?
Well, I don't know that there's more comfort. I think the pieces that are in place will be maybe a little bit more traditional for our offensive, or excuse me, for our linebackers and our defensive line. So I don't know if comfort is necessarily the word. So,
Coach, right here in the middle, can you talk about the matchup between Patrick Peterson and Julio Jones? And throughout this game, are you going to want to keep Patrick on a special player such as Jones coming off the best game of his season?
Yeah, I think that that matchup's going to be a very interesting matchup. I also like the idea that Mo Claiborne and some other guys might step in there and get some of those snaps. I'm not saying that we'll shadow Julio Jones on the day. I think it'll be a mix and match. Hopefully at the right times we'll have Patrick Peterson on him, and at other times I don't feel that bad having some other guys on him. And I think that Julio Jones is a very talented receiver. I just think we're pretty good at corner.
Coach, back here to your right. Because Nick Saban coached before you coached over here, both of y'all won national championships, and you play each other, or your teams play each other each year. It seems like there's still a lot of comparisons made between the two of you. Are you comfortable with those comparisons, and how do you feel about that?
I've never really looked at this game as being about the coaches. I have great respect for Coach Saban, and feel like he's done a great job. I really think it's about LSU and Alabama's players and taking it to the field and playing an aggressive college game that's is going to be noteworthy. I'm not really focused on it anyway, any comparisons between myself and Coach Saban.
Now that you've had a little time to digest it, can you quantify or categorize what Cam Newton did, not only in that game against you, but his whole body of work this year? I mean, it seems pretty special.
Yeah, the interesting thing is I watched the next week, and he seemed like he threw the football better in the game against Ole Miss than he did against us. And I would have come off of the against our game and said I didn't think he threw the ball very well. The reality of it is he throws the ball very well. And so each week it appears to me that he continues to add to his competitive edge. And that's a good thing. No, I really don't. I've not seen the, I compare him very favorably to the best quarterbacks that I've lined up against.
Coach, on your left, when you look at Jordan Jefferson, 16 carries last week, led the team. How important or how big of a part of the running game do you expect him to be this week?
Well, I think any time that he takes the field, I think there's a need for him to have the opportunity to carry the football. And not that we want to take carries away from Stephen Ridley and some of these other guys when he's in the game, but I think that adds to a defense's checklist, the opportunity for him to carry the football in a predictable fashion and the ability for him to hand it off as well as throw it, really give you the best, the most diverse attack.
Coach, over here. During the bye week, what was there more of an emphasis on preparing for Alabama or addressing some of the internal issues after Auburn?
Well, I think both are done in the same fashion, and I don't think it's something that you can't prioritize because frankly you have to be prepared to play your opponent, and along those lines, during that time you have to improve your team, and that's what we did.
Coach, how do you assess Russell Shepard's performance so far this year as a wide receiver? And you're talking about maybe using him a little differently. Should we expect to see him the same way for the last 4 games, or are you trying to work something different with him?
Well, I think that what we're trying to do is get comfortable offensively, and I think some of the things that we do with him that you can count on seeing us do with him yet again. There may be some different slants to those plays, but I think that how we'll use Shepard will be kind of how we've used him in the past.
Are there any discernible differences between Richardson and Ingram? Do you have to prepare for one other than the differently?
They both seem pretty talented to me. They both seem fast. They both are physical backs. They both don't mind contact. They're both in a similar physical, pattern. Not necessarily tall, but very explosive and very talented. I think both guys are very, very good. I don't think they lose much when either one of them goes into the game.
Your scheme doesn't change any?
No. It's that tailback.
Coach, Joe Barksdale mentioned calling a lineman-only meeting. How much of that do you see going on after a loss like 2 weeks ago, and kind of what was the last week like in terms of mental preparation?
Well, I think any time that you have a team that cares, they look to progress, and they look to ask that the team, their group certainly come along, and I see that with good teams pretty routinely. And but I think the mental preparation, I think that our football team enjoyed certainly the open week and are looking forward to preparing with a game week, to go.
Hey, Coach, the Pittsburgh Steelers talked about what an impact the Saints crowd had in last night's televised game. What can your crowd do for you in this matchup?
I think one of the real advantages of our football team each time we take the field in Tiger Stadium is the fact that fan base is intimately associated with this football team, and I count on them to make noise. I think our opponent expects the fact that a loud and very excited LSU crowd will be there. I've been in that stadium routinely where it was very difficult for the opponent to get a snap. And so I say, come on. I say, come on, make a lot of noise.
Getting into the lighter side of things now. Your name was mentioned in an article this week with Colorado. What are your reactions to that and thoughts?
Somebody needs to write articles. Somebody needs to mention names. I got little reaction. So.